Hello there, it's Jane Birkinshaw from Love Your Lens here, and this is the session where I talk about the pictures that were submitted for last week's photography challenge. The challenge is called Live, Shoot, Love, and last week's theme was The End. I usually announce the theme, a new theme each week on a Monday morning, and then usually on a Monday tea time, or perhaps on the Tuesday as it is this week, I'll run through some of my favourite images that were submitted and do a quick critique and comment on them. So that's where we're at, and I'd like to welcome any new members that have joined us, and I hope you're enjoying the group so far, and I'd look forward to seeing some of your images too. The group are really friendly and supportive, and when you do submit images, I think that you'll find that it's a great supportive environment for you. So The End, these are the images that I've picked out that I'm going to talk about, and if we move first of all to this image by Victoria Galvez, which obviously is the end of an ice cream cone. Familiar story if you've had a small child that's had an ice cream cone and this has happened to it. I think what I like most about this image is the concept, and the composition is quite nice as well with the ice cream cone. The angle that it's been shot at, it's very low, and I like the juxtaposition, the sort of balance between the cone and the people in the background. I'm not too sure about the processing. It has got a kind of a theme about it as if it's had an Instagram feel filter given to it, which makes it feel quite nostalgic, and kind of does lend to that summer feel, but I wasn't too sure about sort of some of the elements like this dark area down here and what's going on in the background here. So I think personally, my preference is for the story that's being told, and the composition of the image. So that's a nice job by Victoria. And then we've got this image by Chris Talbot, which is the end of the day, and I guess the end of the summer as well, with all the dead seed heads. So that I like the composition as well. I like the colour, the fact that this is all silhouetted. So yeah, nice submission there by Chris as well. Then we've got Karen Herrmann writes. We know Karen as a great storyteller and reportage style photographer, and this is a great image. There's so much going on in it. You look at sort of this area here where there's some engagement and the bride's waiting for the bouquet to be thrown. You've got this guy here who I would imagine is the bride's father, absolutely brimming with pride. You've got some interaction going on here. It's just a great image. The colour is fantastic. You know, for saying it was probably difficult light, you can make out, you know, most people's faces. The bride looks stunning. It's a real sort of traditional reportage image, made modern by the lighting. So great job there, Karen, as ever. Then we've got this picture by Ray Fong, taken on his phone. You know, for those of you who don't use your phones much and then tend to perhaps not shoot as much as you'd like because you've not always got a camera with you, it's certainly something that I've discovered over the last sort of year, is that there's some great photos to be had using your phone, and it's the convenience of having it with you is what makes it magic as well. So this picture of Ray's is works on a number of different levels. Composition wise, it's a really good example of formal balance. So you've got the picture split directly in the middle, top to bottom. So that's formal balance there. It's the point of focus is spot on in the middle as well. You've got foreground interest with the clouds, the beautiful textures and colours that the clouds reflected in the ripples of the water. You've got middle interest here, with this guy looking like he's purposely striding out on the beach, and you've got the interesting sky as well. And given that it's a phone, yes, we've got a little bit of overexposed, you know, areas on the clouds here, but you know, that's a minor comment, and I think it's a really strong image. The colours are fantastic, and you know, a great spot and a picture by Ray Fong. Okay, then we've got this one by Farhat, where again it's kind of the story and the composition that I like the best about this. The very, very dark silhouette against the warm orange end of the sun, no doubt made warmer by Farhat in her processing, but it works, and it tells a nice story. So great shot there, Farhat. Then we've got this shot by Liz Kenny, which when I first looked at it thought it had had some special processing to make the flowers look this faded, but actually when you realise then that no, everything else is the correct colours, these flowers are actually that faded, and this is, you know, quite an old gravestone, and I like the story that's been told here. I like the way that she's composed the image, and spotted this as a way to meet the theme. So that's a nice image as well, Liz. Then we've got this one of Paula Chatterton. I did think that somebody would probably go for this. So Paula's taken this concept and delivered it very nicely with a really shallow depth of field. I was trying to work out what it says here. It's something about yoga. But otherwise, the whole image is just about the end of a chapter or book. Then we've got Emma Hayes' picture. Clever picture, this one. I like it. Obviously set up for to meet the theme. She's had to think about what she could do, and I like the monotone background, and then the bright spark of colour. So you've got monotone in the pencils, the crayons themselves, and then you've just got these spots of bright colour here as well, and the reflection works really well. It's nice, slightly off-centre composition, and really well delivered. So well done there, Emma. And then we've got this image by Elaine Bolton. I've picked this as my favourite for this week. I think it's really clever. I love the way that, again, the concept, and then how she's carefully thought through how she's going to deliver it. So she's got the ends of threads, the ends of the needles, the way that she's got a shape that's followed here is nice for the composition. The colours work, and against the black background is fantastic as well. So yeah, really liked that, and the effort and thought that's gone into it. So well-deserved favourite as far as I'm concerned, Elaine. That's great. So thank you again for submitting all of your images. There were quite a lot again for this theme, and it gets really hard for me to pick out the ones that I'm going to talk about, but you know, what I'm hoping to do as I go through them all is to give you some idea of what makes an image work and what makes an image strong. So with that in mind, we can go forward to this week's theme, which is exit. I couldn't resist posting these pictures from a mini photo shoot I did of my great niece who starts school today. This is her pretending to exit the house, because we did the shoot ahead of her actually starting school, which is a great way to do it when things are a lot calmer and school uniform still looks absolutely brand new. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your interpretations of exit. I will send an email out this evening, and I'm going to talk about how you cope with situations like this where I didn't want to use flash, but Bella is against a very bright background in the doorway here, but there's something about that therefore makes the light very special as well. So I will put some thought into how I achieved that difficult lighting and editing. So look forward to seeing all your images and chatting to you again next week on Monday or Tuesday. So have a good week and speak to you soon.